Yasas, kalimera, my dear friends, which means good morning. I'm Elena, and you're watching Made with Yiayia. Today, I started reminiscing about the various recipes I've already shared. I've been with you for a good year, enjoying sharing recipes from my kitchen to yours. So I thought, as I'm looking, I really haven't done a lot of breakfast options. So today I'm going to show you a recipe that we keep going back to, that we love as a family, for Belgian waffles. So I'm gonna go grab all my ingredients and let's get started. Opa! So of course the main thing we need to make Belgian waffles is an actual waffle machine. That is one of our latest addition from a few months ago to the family. We've always loved when we traveled to, if the hotel actually had Belgian waffles, that was like the breakfast we would have. So now that we haven't been traveling, it's exciting to be able to have these delicious waffles at home. So let's get this started. In here I have 2 1/4 cups of flour. To it, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I have a powder form, so that's why it's in here with these, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So we dump all our dry ingredients together, and you just want to whisk it together. That's all you have to do. It brings a little bit of air pockets into your flour, and it makes it a little smoother and finer, so that way our waffles will be yummier. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside, and now we're going to start with our wet ingredients. So in our smaller bowl, the first thing we're going to add, so we can whisk them a little bit, is our 2 eggs, but we're going to separate them. So what I like to do is put it in my larger measuring cup. So this is where I'm going to put the egg white. Let's see here. Yay! So we can put this aside for a moment so we can beat our egg whites till they get nice and fluffy, okay? We're gonna actually form peaks. So it's nice. This is what you want it to look like. Almost like a custard type consistency. Nice stiff peaks, okay? So we're gonna put this aside for now because we're going to take care of all the other wet ingredients. So once I'm actually finished doing this part, I like to start my waffle iron to start to get nice and hot. And we're gonna do a light spray of any type of spray that you like, just so it has a slight coating so they won't stick. So to our 2 egg yolks, we're just gonna break them up a little bit. It doesn't have to be anything big, just break them up. We're going to add 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. I like to try and combine it together a little bit. There we go. And 2 cups of milk. Now, if you have a liquid vanilla, this is where you would add 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. But because I used a powder form of it, I put it in my dry ingredients. And that's it. Now we're going to add everything together. So I like to make a small hole or well in the middle of my flour, so I can just dump these wet ingredients in. just going to whisk them together. I mean, since you have your actual mixer out, you can do it with the mixer. I just like to do it this way. So you can do either or. And there we go. That's all you need to do. Just whisk it a little bit around and make sure it's all blended together. Now, our final part before we start cooking them is we stir or fold in our actual egg whites. So again, you can just dump it right in. As you can see, it's like a whole chunk, so it's really perfect stiff. Now the reason we do it separately like this, it makes the actual waffles more fluffy. So you want that nice crispness on the outside, but nice, soft fluffiness in the middle. So we just fold it in, and you don't want to overmix this part. And there we go. So it is a thicker mix. So don't worry about that. You're gonna see how amazingly fluffy they're going to get. So I added another, about a 1/4 cup of milk. This flour seemed to absorb more. So depending on your flour, you may need to tweak the milk a little bit higher. So it's like, you know, that type of consistency. You want it thick, but you want it where it'll still drip, right? So I have about 3/4 of a cup right now. I like to kind of push it around a bit because I know it's gonna rise. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. So now we're going to put the timer on for 4 minutes. Whoa, look at this. See how it filled in almost to the edges? Could have used maybe a drop more, but basically. So this type of coating on these waffles, you need to make sure you have the tongs that are plastic, not metal. Mine, it's a little cheaper one, so I like just to flip it and just give it another 30 seconds to a minute, just so a little bit the white edges on the top part gets cooked a little bit too. And here we go. There is our first waffle. I'm going to keep making these and then I'll show you and we can discuss some of the options of what you can put on them. That makes it so even more delicious. And our last little baby. So this recipe made 8. So you see it's golden on one side, golden on the other. I don't want it to break apart on me. There we go. So 8 delicious waffles to share with your family. Here are some options. 1, good old maple syrup, Canadian, because we have amazing maple syrup. You can do fresh fruit, blueberries, strawberries, cut them up nice and small. You can actually put jam or make your own type of strawberry and blueberry mix. Very easy to make. But one of our favorites is whipped cream and, yep, Nutella. So I think for today, I'm gonna do the whipped cream and blueberries. So this is how my granddaughter used to love her waffles, that way. So we put on our whipped cream. Doo-doo. And then she would put the blueberries in every little square. It was so cool. Doop, doop. I still like eating it this way. There we go. And after all, you can break it into 4 pieces. So you can explore any flavor you have in your house or your one favorite. Look how beautiful that looks. Isn't that cute? Let's give it a try. How beautiful it looks. So there's a nice crisp outside, the inside's nice and soft. You can taste that hint of vanilla and cinnamon. Honestly, these are good even on their own, just the perfect amount of sweetness. So try it, my dear friends. I know you and your family will absolutely love them. Very simple recipe, very delicious. Thank you to all who have already subscribed to my channel, but please, for all you new ones, check out the 1 year worth of recipes. And please subscribe, like, share. I would love to get comments from you too. I'm Elena, and you've been watching Made with Yiayia. Opa!